All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Monday Motivation. It is the end of October. The holidays are right around the corner. So, yes, this is the time we'll be talking a lot about the holidays. But before we get there, let's talk today about building belief because this is crucial. This is one of those important elements, right? People think that when you're on this journey to better health, that it's about, the habits of diet, exercise, and sleep, and all the physical things. And what I've been trying to get you to focus on are the mindset habits, right? Mindset and motivation. Mindset leads to motivation. Mindset takes you beyond motivation, right? So I focus on mindset and motivation because that is what gets you to keep doing the things that you need to do. So today let's talk about 6 things that you can do, 6 simple steps that you can take to build belief because this is significant, right? Belief leads to consistency, and consistency is the mother of success. Success is nothing but consistency over time. You do small things consistently over time, and that is what builds your success. So, where do we start? Here's the first step in building belief: belief in yourself, belief in your journey, belief that, yes, I can do this. Right? And that's what I call belief. Yes, I can. It's the yes, I can attitude. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I must. Right? So your mindset has to change from yes, I can to yes, I will to yes, I must, till you get the place where I am the thing I am after. I am. You see the changes there? That is the growth. That is the evolution of what's going to take you there. Yes, I can. You got to build that belief. You got to know that you can. And you got to go from yes, I can to yes, I will. I will do this. To yes, I must do this because you've got a strong why. I must do this. There is no other way to be. I must get to that goal. I must build that life I'm after. I must build the body I want. To I am there. I am at my ideal weight. I am living that life I'm living that I'm after. And we'll talk more about getting to that I am, mindset and coming up with a mission statement of daily programming your mind to really solidify your I amness because that's important. So here's the first step I want you to focus on. Number 1, you got to face your fears, your worries, and your self-doubt. You got to face your fears. You got to face them head on because, believe it or not, this is one of the number 1 things that sabotage people on their journey to losing weight or getting healthy, building better health, building a better body. And it's not just fear of failure, it's fear of success. Right? Yes, it's uncertain. You're on this path and you don't know if it's going to work. You don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. And when you get started, you're here, you show up, and you don't even know if this process is going to work. You've tried so many other things. A lot of my clients, by the time they get to me, they've tried so many diets and so many programs and have failed and give up on themselves. And a lot of times have lost weight. I've got a lot of clients who come to me and tell me, oh, I've lost 50, 100 pounds more than once. So there's a lot of uncertainty, right? There's a lot of fear. Am I going to fail again? Am I going to feel like a failure again? But not just that, there's a lot of fear around success. And learn to let go of your weight defense mechanism. Believe me, there's a lot of weight defense mechanisms, right? The fear that your relationships may change, that, people won't see you the same way. And that's an important one. And guess what? They won't. Your relationships will change. So you just need to embrace that. I've got a number of clients who, after they've gotten to their goals, where their entire lives change, their relationships change. Right? They got rid of their husbands, the spouses, and, because they get rid of the people who are holding them down. right? So that's important to understand that, yes, your relationships will change and it's okay to embrace that, letting go of, part of the weight defense mechanisms is, especially for a lot of women, is the unwanted attention. Maybe when you were younger, you saw that, how you looked led to a lot of unwanted attention. As you start to develop as a young girl, it led to a lot of unwanted attention. These are things I hear quite often from clients. When I talk to some clients about your defining moments, we go back to what are those defining moments that really shift your mindset into this protective cocoon, right? And we have to look at those defining moments. And unwanted attention is part of those that weight mechanisms, right? Another fear is, what if things don't get better, right? One of the things I hear, why do you want to lose weight? Because I want to lose weight because I want to feel better about myself. I want my life to be better. And the fear is, well, what if things don't get better? Right? That's an important one. Because then you realize that, hey, it's not about the weight, it's about you. Aha. Right? And it's good to understand and realize that now it's not about the weight, it's about you. One of the number one things I often say to clients, especially new clients, and when you show up, I say, well, you don't get what you want, you get who you become. So who are you becoming? You need to become the person who's worthy of the results you're looking for. You need to become the person who can sustain the results you're looking for, who can sustain the lifestyle necessary to sustain the results you're looking for. So that's the first step, guys. You got to face your fears, your worries, and your self-doubt. You got to hit them head on. That's important. Here's the second step. You got to surround yourself with people who build you up instead of people who tear you down. You got to have a support network. You got to have a supportive community around you. And that's one of the reasons why, when I talk to new clients and they say, oh, I don't like Zoom, I don't like those Zoom calls. Well, guess what? When you attend these Zoom calls, you're around people who support you. These are the people who are going to support you. These are the people who are going to build you up. These are the people who are going to share in your wins and celebrate you. Celebrate your victories. When you participate in the community forums, these are people who are celebrating you and your wins and building you up. And when you feel down, believe me, I have had a lot of clients who have been going through emotional stuff. And I looked at, our community forum and I see the kind of support that people give them. Why? Because you're all in this together. So it's important. The community is an important part, right? The community is just an important part of your long-term health. People who are part of a supportive community live longer, they live healthier, better lives, period. I mean, that's the research, right? So that's an important part of your journey, is having a community of supportive people around you. So don't mistake that. Don't think that you can just take the meal plan that we give you and go do it on your own. Oh, I don't need this rah-rah stuff. Well, this rah-rah stuff is an important part of your long-term success. Having people around you who will build you up, build your confidence, get you to that I am. Right? That's important. Here's the third thing. You must practice mastery of the basic fundamentals. In anything you do, you must practice mastery of the basic fundamentals. You must seek mastery of the basics. And I know a lot of times people just always want to run to the next thing. What's the next thing? What's the next hack? What can I do to get the next 5 pounds, the next pound, get the scale to move? But what are the basic fundamentals? You got a very simple basic fundamentals. Eating the right foods in the right amounts at the right time, planning your tomorrow today. Those are basic fundamentals. Balancing each meal. Every time you eat, you're balancing the carbs with protein and fat. Very important. Consistency of meals throughout the day. When you do that, you're optimizing your hormones, you're optimizing your metabolism, you're balancing your blood sugar. You're creating healthy blood sugar. Remember, weight loss is about your hormones. It's not about diet and exercise. It's about balancing your hormones, creating healthier hormones, because your hormones are responsible for everything that happens in your body. So that's what we're doing. So those are the basic fundamentals, getting more active throughout the day, standing up for 5 to 10 minutes every hour of the day, drinking more water, these are the basic fundamentals. Right? So before you get to anything else, I tell clients, well, before we start thinking about exercise, we got to master making sure, number one, if you're eating 2 meals a day, let's make sure those are balanced meals. Now let's work on some more consistency. Let's add an extra meal there so those 2 meals become 3. When you get 3 meals a day, let's spread them out and make sure that, okay, we're not going longer than 4 hours without a meal or a snack meal so that we keep your metabolism optimized. We'll keep your blood sugar stable. These are the basic fundamentals, right? Weight loss is about working with your hormones and creating healthier hormones, optimizing your metabolism so your body is burning more calories each day just doing the things that you normally do. This is what leads to your success. So you got to surround yourself with people who build you up. You've got to practice mastery of the basic fundamentals. Until you've mastered those basics, you're not ready for anything else. So take the first few weeks, the first month that you're around, and just practice mastery of the basic fundamental habits that we're practicing here. Number 4, you got to challenge your negative self-talk. You got to challenge your negative self-talk, folks. This is very important. Why? Because your negative self-talk leads to unnecessary suffering. Remember, chronic pain over time leads to suffering. And, if you're suffering, why would you want to continue on the path where you're on? If you're suffering, it's not going to happen. You're going to quit sooner or later. So you've got to challenge those negative self-talk. When you mess up, typically, that's where the beat down comes up. Right? Oh, I'm such a failure. I will never, I will never achieve any. I will never get this. I'll never lose weight. Right? When you mess up, that's typically, we typically go into that negative self-talk, self-doubt, fear, worry. Can I do this? How am I going to make this happen? Well, we reframe that. We challenge that. Am I really a failure? No, I've been doing pretty well, actually. Yeah, I mess up, but I'll do better next time. You see the difference? Yeah, I mess up. Yeah, when you mess up, fess up and learn. Right? Every failure has a lesson, so learn the lesson. I messed up, but I'll do better next time. I know I can do better, and I will. So challenge those negative self-talk because you don't want that negative self-talk to lead to all the unnecessary suffering that you can avoid, because then you're just going to end up quitting on yourself if you're suffering all the time. Nobody wants to sit in suffering. Number 5, you got to challenge yourself, folks. You got to challenge yourself. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right? You're not good at technology? Fine. Oh, that's okay. But be open to learning because technology is not going anywhere. You're going to be around for a while. Whether you're around for another decade, 2 decades, guess what? Everything around you is based on technology and it's not going to change. It's going to get more. So yes, you got to learn to use that app. You know how to use apps. You use apps all the time, every single day. Every time you pick up your phone, you're using an app. The phone app is what you're using. It's an app. Every time you send a message, you're using an app. The message app is an app, right? You didn't realize that, right? You use Maps or Google Maps. That's an app. So you know how to use apps. So don't tell me that, oh, I can't use apps. I'm not good with technology. Who cares? No one cares if you're good with technology. You don't have to. Just be open to learning. I've got clients in their 80s who are doing more on our nutrition app than some clients in their 40s and 50s. Why? Because they're open to learning. I have clients who weren't coming to Zoom calls because they get frustrated with trying to figure out Zoom. But guess what? Now they're on every single week. Why? Because we figure it out. That's what your coach is for, to help you, to guide you, to walk you through the process of getting better. That's what your coach is for. So lean on your coach and let us help you to get better. And getting better with technology is important because, hey, I've got clients in 7 countries around the world. I can't coach people without using technology. If you're in New York, I'm on the West Coast, I can't coach you without using technology. I need to see you on Zoom because that's how I can help you along. Right? We need to use the phone. We need to get on the phone. We need to have a conversation. You need to use my phone app because that's where all my resources are. I'm going to share a lot of resources with you, whether you get on the computer at the community site. Hey, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So you got to learn to challenge yourself. You got to learn to challenge yourself with what you do. I do challenges, and I have clients doing, HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training. I have clients doing real weight training. Because I'm going to challenge you to own the bodybuilder that you are. You're a bodybuilder. You want to build a long-term successful body? You got to become a bodybuilder. You can't sit around lifting these 3-pound weights. No, you got to get beyond that. You got to get beyond those typical grandma weights and start pumping some iron. That's where I'm going to take you. Right? You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You got to learn to challenge yourself with your cardio. Right? You can challenge yourself with chair workouts. I've seen some chair workouts that are pretty darn challenging, right? So it doesn't matter where you are, what your physical abilities, you can challenge yourself. So this is an important part of it. Here's the last thing. I want you to celebrate your wins. You got to celebrate your wins. Why? Because they're important. Right? Celebrate those small wins. And that's why on my weekly accountability calls, I always start with what's going well for you. When I talk to you in my check-in calls, what's going well for you? What are you doing well? Because it's easy to focus on what's not working. But guess what? When you focus on what's going well, it leads to positive emotions, and positive emotions open up your repertoire of possibilities and allow you to see other possibilities. It allows you to be more creative in your problem solving. When you just focus on the negative, what's not going well, the negative emotions shut you down. It puts you in survival mode. I'll do a talk on that. So you want to focus on the positive because that is what is going to build you up, and that is going to lead you to see all kinds of possibilities that you didn't think were available to you. And guess what, guys? Those wins, that's how you build belief. As you start having more wins, those little wins, you start thinking to yourself, oh, I can do this. Yeah, this is working. I can do this. So your small wins will build belief. Belief leads to consistency, and consistency leads to your success, right? Because success is nothing more than consistency over time. So again, the 6 simple steps for building belief. Face your fears, worry, and self-doubt head on. Surround yourself with people who build you up instead of tear you down. Practice mastery of the basic fundamentals. Challenge your negative self-talk so it doesn't lead to unnecessary suffering. Challenge yourself. Go beyond what you think you're capable of. And celebrate your small wins. I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you next time.